Hi, I'm Dave. We are Accessrock, and today we get to talk to Jacoby of Papa Roach. How are you doing?
I'm good. How are you?
Excellent, of course.
Right on.
Stockholm, Sweden?
Yes, I'm glad to be here. We've been here a few times, so it's good to be back, and it's good to be doing a headlining show. You know, we've been here.
This is the first time for.
It's been a while. It's been a long time. Yeah, we've been here and supported. I believe for Motley Crue, and then also on Taste of Chaos with Disturbed. So it's time for us to be here and doing our own proper headliner. So tonight's gonna be fucking.
Tyrol is gonna be crazy.
Fuck, I hope so. If it's not, I'm gonna be pissed. It's my bass player's birthday, man. We're gonna have a party tonight, you know?
Party as well. Well, it's Sweden, so people will be kind of like, yeah, okay, we like this. No, Sweden.
Really?
Party
Sweden fucking rocks. I know this. Come on now. Bring the fucking ruckus tonight, people, please.
You were actually tell me about this thing where you could actually vote for the opening act.
Oh yeah, for this tour. You know, we had the tour booked. There was a band called Middle Class Rut from Sacramento, our hometown, that was supposed to be on the tour, and then they bailed on it, and we're like, what are we gonna do? It was just for finances for them. I guess it just didn't work out, so I understand. And we were at that point where we're like, well, what are we gonna do? And I was like, well, why don't we just run like a competition for local bands, you know, and who can activate their fan base, and whoever gets the biggest buzz from their fan base gets to open the shows.
Pretty fun.
And so we have a group tonight. I believe they're from Finland. They're called Drop the Pilot, and they're opening the show tonight, which I'm excited to see what they sound like, you know. And I mean, there was one band I was like, oh, it was bad. You know what I'm saying? I was like, is this a fucking joke? You know, but their fan base spoke up. But, you know, the last two nights we were in Copenhagen, there was a band called Franklin Zoo from Copenhagen, Denmark, and they were like kind of like Alice in Chains meets Soundgarden, and the singer freaking ripped. And so I've been able to discover some new music through this, which has been cool. So I'm excited to see what these guys got tonight.
That's also I think because otherwise you can get on a tour like this if you have the right connections.
So I mean, we did
So this is kind of cool.
Yeah, we did that. We thought it was a cool way, you know. All right, well, if this isn't going to happen, let's try something different. So it was kind of a cool way to get the internet buzzing about our tour, as well as, you know, give some opportunity to some young and up and coming bands. That's, you know, I was telling my tour manager earlier, you know, because sometimes these road crew guys are like, oh, who are these new kids coming in? And I'm like, yo, dude, like, don't act like you weren't that young dude trying to be in the music business back in the day, hustling. So there's a special place in my heart for these independent bands that are trying to come up and make a name for themselves on their own, because that's where Papa Roach came from. We came from DIY. We put out independent records ourselves, sell them out the trunk of our car, went to the rock shows, promoted ourselves. We did it all on our own in the beginning. So it's kind of a cool grassroots thing.
Yeah, 20 years ago.
Yeah.
Did you imagine this?
No, not at all. I mean, I look at it now and I'm like, my life, I've been to so many awesome places, experienced so many awesome things, and you know, I look back at it and it's gone by in a blink of an eye, but it's been 20 years. It just goes to show how fast life happens.
I was also thinking, because you've actually released, well, you've sold millions of records, of course, but you've actually made immortal songs like Scars and Last Resort, Getting Away with Murder. It's like they stand on their own. Yeah,
that's the thing about music is you create it, and then sometimes the songs are bigger than the band. Do you know what I'm saying? Like, they're bigger than us. It's like they no longer belong to us. They belong to the people, you know, and they become like, you know, Getting Away with Murder, Scars, Last Resort. Those songs have been, you know, woven into the fabric of rock music and history. And like, that's, for us, we're like, right on. Like, that's cool to have. And we've had a few different cycles in our career, you know, some highs and some lows. And it's cool because right now we were talking to the promoter last night in Norway, and he's like, it seems like you guys are coming up again. And I'm like, cool, that's good news, you know, because we look in the front of the audience, in the front of the crowd, and you see a lot of young kids coming out again, and that's what's up. That means there's a future for Papa Roach, and that's exciting for us.
I saw the line was
you see the line, it's all
it's
young, dyed, freaky hair, kids, tattoos. I'm like, fuck yeah, it's my people right there. Like, that's awesome. I really love that, you know. It's cool to know that our music is relevant with the youth culture, you know, because I mean, we've been doing this for some years, but it's like when we step on stage, I feel like a kid every time I get up there. I'm like, there's this like inner youth inside myself that just wakes up when I get on stage. I'm like, yeah, it's time to fucking rock. You know, my kids trip out, you know, because I got like a 11-year-old, a 9-year-old, and a little baby. And, you know, their dads are like, they work a 9 to 5 and they act their age. And I'm like the dad that comes home and I'm like, ah! You know, so I'm crazy dad. You know what I'm saying? That's what's up. Crazy dad in the house.
Do you think you'll still be a cool crazy dad when they get teenagers?
Nah, or? Dude, eventually, like, you know, when you're teenagers, every kid turns into an asshole. That's just period, you know what I'm saying? No matter how cool your dad is, no matter what your dad is, if your dad was Nikki Sixx and you're a teenager, you still think your dad's a dickhead. You know what I'm saying? That's just how it goes. And then you turn 20 and then your parents are cool again. You know, it's just that's natural in our spirit of being a human, is like to crave our own identity, you know, and I did that as a teenager, you know. I was 17 years old and I'm like,
doing it.
Yeah, I'm moving out, Mom. I'm leaving. She's like, if you leave, you're never coming back. I'm like, don't worry, I'm out. You know, never came back. I'm doing my thing. I love my mama. I love you, Mommy.
Hi, Mom.
Yeah, hi, Mom. If you're watching this, which you probably isn't, but hi, Mom, if you are.
So next step, well, it's a year since you released Connections. How is the band?
Oh, the band is great, you know. It feels real good. Every time we go out on the road, it's, you know, we're kind of volatile, you know, because we're 4 individuals, you know. We're completely different. If you ask us, you know, a question, we'll probably all give you 4 different answers. That's just kind of the thing, you know. And me and the bass player, we're kind of like, you know, we butt heads a little, you know. And I think that, but it's always been that way. But me and him are, you know, the primary songwriters of the band as well. And so our 2 creative forces come together, and we don't always see eye to eye, but that's all right, because I think some of that tension is what makes Papa Roach who we are, you know, and we respect that about each other. And, you know, when we go home off the road, it's like, I love you, man, but I'm not going to miss you. See you later. You know, that's just how it is. Because it's like, when we get off the road, we're just like, I'll see you in a couple weeks. But it's, you know, that's healthy, honestly. Like, you know, when you've been on a tour bus for, you know, 6 weeks together, and, you know what a tour bus looks like. It's just close quarters, you know, so where it's like by the time the tour's over, you need a break, you know, and it's not like, why'd you call me? It's like, cool, dude. And when we see each other again, it's like, oh, dude, what's up, man? Good to see you. You know, and so it keeps it fresh. But yeah, things are really good right now. The dynamic in the band is really solid, and it comes across on stage too, which is cool.
Great.
Yeah, the energy is fucking tight.
New record on the way?
We are going to, after we get off tour, we finish up in London at Brixton Academy, one of my favorite venues. We take like a month and a half off, and then in February, we're getting in the studio. We go to Las Vegas and start working in the studio there.
That's London.
Yeah, we're gonna start working on the next record, and so we've got some riffs and ideas and stuff, and it'll be interesting to see what happens once we get in the studio. Our focus, if there is a focus, is to make a few more heavier tunes on this new record, you know, because we feel like we wrote a couple heavier tunes on this last record, The Connection, like Where Did the Angels Go or Give Me Back My Life, and they really resonated with the fans, and they're fun to play live, and they're exciting, they're adventurous, they're fun, you know, they're good riffs and stuff like that, and like we think that that's like, we want to go down that territory and see what we could discover and see if there's something exciting down that road. And but you know, whenever we get in the studio, you know, when you're creating art and you got 4 individuals coming together, it's always, you never know what's going to happen. You know, sometimes, you know, a song like Leader of the Broken Hearts or Scars will come around that are different, that aren't as heavy, but are great. So, you know, only time will tell, but we're excited to get in the studio again.
Cool. Because you have to kind of like make records a lot faster, a lot.
Well, I mean, you don't have to. I mean, being an artist, it's like, you know, there's bands that can just make a record and then step away for like 2 years. But it's like for us, this is, you know, in the place that we're in as a band, it's like we finally got some real solid label support at the very end of the cycle for this record. So we're like, all right, now we have people in place in Europe that really want to promote the band. Yes, 11/7.
11/7.
Yeah, it's all good.
Wow.
Yeah. Don't worry about that. You know, so we have some really solid people in place. We're like, all right, now let's go make a record, like, because we got the momentum going. We want to take advantage of that, you know. So, and eventually it would be nice to take a couple years off, and we will. You know what I'm saying? That'll be awesome too. I can't wait for that.
Well, you have fans kind of like from the harder stuff to the softer stuff, and the last record got reviews from like 1 to 5 out of 5. How do you respond to reviews?
I mean,
do you care?
I mean, good reviews are awesome. You know, you always love a good review. You know what I'm saying? Then you get a bad review, like, oh, fuck that guy. He doesn't know what he's talking about. You know, but I mean, it's really the review comes from the fans. You know, I like to look on like iTunes. That's kind of where I really truly get a true glimpse of what is real. You know, because a journalist, I mean, that's good and it helps promote the record. But it never really...
It's one person.
It's not the fate of what the record is actually going to be, you know? Because when we came out with our first record, Rolling Stone just was like, oh, it's terrible, worst thing ever. And we sold shit tons of records. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, it is what it is. But good ones are nice. I won't be, you know, good reviews of the shows are nice. I mean, it's always nice to read, and then the bad ones, I'm like, he doesn't know what he's talking about.
But it's like, because you have different kind of things. You have like 5 million likes on Facebook now, so that's kind of huge.
Yeah.
And then it's like your last video over 1 million views as well.
Yeah, we feel there's a buzz around what we're doing, and we've worked really hard as, you know, trying to build those, you know, we do like, yo, take a picture of us on stage and tag yourself, and, you know, just kind of raise awareness in that new social media zone, which has been a fun avenue for both Jerry and I to kind of walk down, because, you know, I get on the Instagram or Twitter, you know, and I like engaging with the fans that way, you know, and just kind of staying connected with them and letting them kind of get a look into our world through that way, because we know that's how
the VIP package.
Yeah, I just took some kids on the tour bus. They were tripping out. They're like, "Oh my god, look at this!" I'm like, "Yeah, man, it's my home, dude. That's where I pee. That's where I sleep. That's where I eat." You know, so it's I told them some good funny stories too, man. We have some we like to have what's called Crow Fest, which is and it'll usually happen on a night. It might happen tonight. I don't know. It's usually on a night where we have a good party and everybody gets a little. And but we have a front lounge mosh pits on the tour bus, and it's insane, and it always leads to at least a little bit of blood and a few bruises.
Okay.
So it's fun. Front lounge mosh pits.
So you have.
We're driving down the road 70 miles per hour and they just going off. It's fun.
So you have trouble renting tour buses then?
Oh no, we don't break the things in it. We don't destroy it anymore. You know what I'm saying? And it's only once or twice a tour. It's not like we do it every night. You know, you know. But we were that band that used to destroy dressing rooms, hotel rooms, buses, everything. And then at the end of the tour, the accountant calls you and goes, "Okay, check it out. I need you to look at this paper." You look at this paper, and it's like how much money you spent. You're like, oh. Oh shit. So it's a lot of money. 35 grand? Fuck.
Ow.
Yeah. So I mean, live and learn. Leave that for the
Crow
fucking
Fest. Is that from your tour manager?
Yeah, Crow.
Right?
Yeah. He was the one that incites him. He don't even drink. He don't even party. He just likes to party.
But you still party, actually. That's
I don't. I'm almost 2 years sober.
Yeah.
Yeah, but my bass player, he likes, you know, my bass player and drummer, they're the wild ones in the band, you know. Okay. I just had to, no more. I got, so I'm better now. It just don't work for me. Partying it fucks me up bad.
Nobody really actually does it anymore. It's more like yoga and water.
Water? I don't do yoga,
starts.
but I do drink water. It's because I keep this pretty face right here, you know what I'm saying? I mean, you know, honestly, on the real shit though, there's like, I've had some homies die from this stuff, and that's like just reality, you know, like Paul Gray from Slipknot, you know, God rest your soul, rest in peace, my brother, you know, or Jimmy the Rev from Avenged Sevenfold, you know, you hear these stories about these rock and rollers, and this shit kills you, you know, if you go too hard, and so, you know, a few of those personal relationships, and you start to really think about your own self and your own life, and yeah, man, it's a trip, man. It's that part of the book that people forget to read, you know, when they read about the rock star lives, you know, and then, you know, you grow up and the rock stars, their kids fucking hate their dads because they were terrible dads because they were all drug addicts. Like, I don't want to be that guy. Fuck that. That's not my thing. You know what I'm saying? I want some respect. I want to throw some love out on the world. P. Roach, you know what I'm saying? Forever, ever. That's what's up.
Great. We actually spoke to your bass player before, and he told us that you have a fan in America that has copied your chest piece.
Oh yeah, the whole thing, man. I was like, he's all, yo, dude, I gotta show you something. He's like, poof. I was like, whoa. Damn. Like I did, it's kind of like taken back a little bit. It was like the whole exact identical, and he just got it, so the colors are all fresh. I'm like, motherfucker's tattoo looks better than mine.
So he did
the fuck?
Cover of you.
Damn it. Yeah, so it looked really good. I mean, he got a great tattoo artist, and he pulled it off real cool. But I'm like, man, I hope we don't make a record that you hate. You know what I'm saying? Now you're stuck with that shit.
Jesus.
Yeah.
It must be kind of both cool and...
I met a girl earlier with my face tattooed, and a meet and greet, she had my face tattooed right here. There's a bunch of them out there. It's pretty trippy, you know. I really like it when the people get the lyrics tattooed on them. Oh. That's like very like, oh, that's cool, man. Like I wrote something that they identify with, that they just feel like really resonates with them, and they get it inked. This girl had this lyric from a song called Carry Me. It says, the hardest ones to love are the ones that need it most. And that's like, it's just a cool quote, you know, from one of our songs. I was like, that's cool, you know, like to be able to inspire somebody to do that.
Very cool for her to actually be able to show.
Yeah, to show me like, check this out. Yeah. That's awesome, you know. It is a trip. It's cool to know that our music has really affected people on a deep level. You know, a lot of people. So that's a good. It's very good. I like it.
Next record will be all songs with inspiring.
Yes,
of course.
The whole record is gonna be this is gonna be the new meet and greet. I'm gonna tattoo lyrics on fans.
Oh, great!
I'm misspelling words. Yeah, that'd be funny.
Just whoops! Oh, sorry.
Oh, sorry. Did I misspell that?
That won't be extra. The mark there. We spoke about actually selling kind of like fake tattoos.
Yeah.
With the band's tattoos.
Oh yeah, I could see that. You know, like fucking rock the microphone out. You want this tattoo? My
merch and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Like
that shit pops off.
What you have to.
I'm actually working on a clothing line right now with a partner back from the United States. So we've been developing it for like the last 3 months and just kind of identifying like what the image is about it. But that will be coming early next year. So
okay.
Yeah, I'm excited about it.
Kind of like your style.
Yeah, it's like more rock. You know, I mean, you know, I wear all black, so obviously a lot of black, and really cool. You know, just kind of more rock elemented design wear. You know, so not super high fashion, but more like streetwear. You know, T-shirts and hoodies. You know, like vests. You know, the vest coat, jean jackets with the thing cut off. What the fuck? It's gonna be cool. I'm excited about it. Good stuff happening.
Do you have a name for it?
Yes, I do, but I'm not supposed to say nothing about it yet until we get everything copywritten and stuff like that. So,
okay. Well,
you know what I'm saying?
Of course.
All the legal stuff. Because I'll say it here and then maybe somebody's like, we got the website all done and everything. So it's just, we're working on all that. We have the line designed and finished. Now we're just manufacturing. So, exciting stuff.
Very cool.
Yeah, it's cool. I like it's cool to be able to do something that's different and outside of P. Roach that's creative, you know, because it's like I got to compromise. You know, when you're in a band, you always have to work with somebody else and compromise and you know, and sometimes it's good to get out of that box and do something on your own where you don't have to go, well, what do you guys all think? You know what I'm saying? It's like,
should we go to Sweden?
Yeah, you know, it's like with me, with the clothing thing, it's like I just do what I want. And that's kind of cool, you know. I got a partner and we click. We're like, it's weird. I'll start a sentence and he'll finish it. So we're like from the same. We got like the same brain. It's pretty weird. So good stuff.
Perfect.
Hell yeah. Hey, what's up, y'all? This is Jacoby from Papa Roach, and you, yes, you are watching Access Rock. Turn it up. Stay tuned. Rock and roll.